Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? So I wanted to show you the Dyan Reavelys picture that I had seen on Etsy. So a seller not known to me, I just happened to see, I'm holding Eric's phone so you guys can see the original, but I think this print, I don't know how, if it was on paper or canvas, I am not sure, but this was on Etsy, I think for $10. I'm not sure shipping, I'm not even sure if I have the right price, but that's what I had seen it as. And so basically, if you guys look at it, it says "You can't scare me," and then it says "I have grown-up kids" or something like that, which I totally missed that part. And then you see down here you have like the little house with the rooster on it, and then the you know, the pier or whatever you want to call it right there where my finger is, where the number is. Okay, so this is, and I really liked it. Well, I had gotten, okay, I'm going to put this down for a minute. I had gotten these collage sheets like this, and they had, you know, body parts, you know, just legs, just heads, just bodies, and I don't know where my folder is. Oh, here it is. This is my folder, my Dollar Tree folder. So, see, here's heads, and you get big ones. Making myself dizzy, I have a headache. So these are from Dilutions, Ranger Dilutions collage sheets. You get set 1 and set 2. So apparently I must have used set 1 because here's the head that I chose. I didn't have, I thought I was going to have, you know, the same head that was in, oh, I knew I had houses. I could have used that. But, so I thought I had the same head as, whoops, this one right here, but I didn't. So it's got a rose in her head, a dog, her shoes, because she's missing her feet, cake, a big cat, and all that. And you see where the squares and the circles, that they just took and made the squares and the circles. Okay, well, this is my version of what I came up with. Oh, and I ordered, where did I order this from? I ordered this, am I showing you the back? No. I ordered this from Etsy. I'm not sure, I think the seller is kind of new to me, but this is Studio Light Art by Marlene, die cut block. So really quickly, you get 2 pages. So there's, I used the dog and the cat and the bones, and there's that one. I mean, these are so stinking cute. There's the moon that I took and used. Well, right there, the purple one. I didn't use anything from that page. And apparently nothing from that page, I don't think. I could have put those, I might take and put those leaves on. I used the Lighthouse, no, I used the waves. I didn't use the boat, I used the waves. So both of those are gone. And then this one, and that was a flower. That looks like me. Yep, somebody had the nerve to take a picture without my permission. That's the Lighthouse that I used. And then I used all of these, no, I don't think I used the thread. Did I use this stuff? I don't even know what I used. I must have, because, oh no, I didn't. Okay, I used all this kind of stuff. So I put like the palette, you know, all like the art stuff. I was going to put this one in her hand and have it open, but I didn't do it. I used this, I used all these. I might have, yeah, I have the scissors. I didn't use the word color. But anyway, because I didn't want to take away from the words. So anyway, here is my, I'll start from the top. So I wanted to use a different border, because this is like the same border that they have, but when I tried to put my border on, it didn't work, so I was really bummed. But this is the head that I chose. This is This is one whole piece. And then I found this body to go with it. She was missing a hand, so I took somebody else's hand and matched up. She's holding a soda. Here's one of the pieces, and then I used all these. I used this little house, a flower, whatever that is, the scraper thing, scissors, I don't know if that's ruler or washi. There's a dog bone, another dog bone, a pastel, a dog, a little girl holding a bear. I got this from, the little girl I got from AliExpress. Paint, a dog, and then I got these stars, the moon, and the moon is glittery. Let me see if I can dig these out, or dig one of them out. I'm not really hauling much anymore. I got these stickles. Whoops. Didn't know I was that close. But I got these stickles in, I don't know if I don't know what I've hauled anymore. I feel like I've hauled this. Maybe I deleted the video. I remember hauling these, but I don't know if I posted it. But anyway, so you got like 6 stickles. I think it would have made them like $3 a piece. Let me turn Eric's phone off so it's not eating his battery because he's getting ready to go to work. Okay, so I put the clear stickles on the moon, and I figure since she really didn't have eyes and a face, and I love the moon, so things that I loved, you know, I love the stars, I love the moon, I love dogs, I love art, I love flowers, so that's what I incorporated on her head. Plus, it was awesome having this. This inspired me. Okay, so I told you, okay, here is the, oh, and here's where I changed mine a little bit. I took and used my Dilutions, was it Dilutions? I think so. Stencils, so I had this square one and the circle one, and instead of just drawing, you know, lines, I put paint, you know, so I used the Ranger paint. I think I've hauled them before. I can't reach them right now, but so I used like a corally one and a pink one, and then after the circles dried, I traced around them, and I like having color behind them, you know, opposite of what they did. And then here's the lighthouse that I chose. I was hand drawing the lighthouse that I showed you in that picture, and then I was going to try to make the pier, but when I got that, when I got this die cuts by shit, I can't talk. By Marlene, slow your roll, Kim. I loved these waves, and I thought, oh my gosh, you know, and there's a lighthouse, and what changed my mind is that there's a lighthouse that sits out in the water. I don't even know the lighthouse's name, but my family member, my grandfather loved this lighthouse, and so I thought, you know what, this is going to represent that lighthouse, and then the waves, because you have to drive out, you know, in a boat, I mean, to get to the lighthouse, as far as I know. So, I mean, I don't think I've seen it in person, but it's like basically sitting in the water, so I would think that you would have to go by boat. But anyway, so that represents that, and then just like and then I had to find legs. I do have the shoes. I saved the shoes. My roses are a little different. My roses are kind of like this way. They're all supposed to kind of look like this one. See, this one doesn't have like a bottomish to it. Like this one kind of has, I mean, a side. So all these are missing their sides. I wasn't paying attention. Like these two and this one kind of look like the one that was on the picture that I showed you. And then this is, like I said, the water, the boat is missing. And then after a while, I took, I think that glitter that I showed you, the stickles, and I poured it down here like she's pouring out her soda, you know, because she's got an attitude. And then I didn't know, but this is just crazy what I did. Okay, I'm not into, you know, lettering and all that stuff. So what I did is I took my phone and I tried to take a piece of paper, you know, lined paper from a notebook that my friend CJ gave me, and laid that on my phone, and it kept moving because I'm trying to hold the paper. So with me holding it, I'm pushing my phone and making the words smaller, bigger, whatever. Okay, so I took this part, I blew it up on my phone. I screenshotted it. So very carefully, you know, with the screenshot, it couldn't, you know, go big or small or whatever, which was awesome. So very carefully, I had to, you know, what do you call it? I had to trace these letters. Then I had to cut them jokers out. Then I had to trace them on here. Now this paint that I used was not very fun or nice in some instances, because over here I had a heck of a time. You have really had to, you just could, you know, you couldn't do like one coat and then wait, you know, a couple seconds. You really had to wait, you know, an hour or so. It was almost like it was wiping itself off, you know, when you put it on, and I found that quite weird. I don't know if it's because, you know, the canvas, I got this canvas at the Dollar Tree. It's 11 by 7, but it was really weird. You know, I mean, not the canvas. I don't know which one was weird, but anyway. So then after I did that, and then they had it where they had the pink, they had it, you know, highlighted or outlined or whatever the heck. I mean, my A's look a little weird, my R, but I don't care. So when I got done, I thought this is all it said. And then over here it says, because I have adult kids. Well, I don't have a kid. All my kids had fur, feathers, whatever. So I didn't write that. I just left it, you can't scare me. Because I let a lot of things in life, you know, scare me, intimidate me, or, you know, whatever I do. So you know, you can't scare me. I think I've spoke about everything. So this is my version. You know, but there's all the things again. I'm kind of mad that I didn't put the pastel behind the poodle, but then you wouldn't be able to see where it said pastel. And I just thought those things were cute, you know, and I really like it. I'm really proud of myself because I don't, you know, depression and whatever, you know, gets a hold of me, and I just don't, I feel like I don't have time. You know, there's so many other things that I need and have to do that I can't just spend all day crafting and, you know, I've done this like several nights, you know, working on this here and there. And, I mean, it's been done for a couple days or whatever, but anyway, so this is my version. And if I remember the seller, I don't know if there's any more of these left, but if I remember to put the seller in the description, then I will. But I'm really glad that I got this done, because I wanted to show you before I lost this or misplaced it. And you know, it was really neat. I mean, I just felt, you know, really inspired by this you know, paper pad. I mean, paper pad, the die cut, you know, pad. So it was, yeah, there's the stars that I used and the moon. I mean, just really, really, really cool. Really cool stuff. I wanted to put the camper, but I'm like, no, that'd be too big. So, but I love this. Love the art by Marlene. Very cool signature collection, if I didn't say, because I didn't see where it said that, but this is really cool and fun. I love all the colors. So, you know, this is what I mean by, you know, people that, you know, they do the art and they're very, I don't know what the right word is. You know, proud and whatever. And for me, it's like, it's okay, you know. But I mean, I am really proud of this, because it took me a while. And, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, my roses came out, and then these little leaves. Where did I get these little leaves from? I don't know. I don't think they came. I don't know if they came in here or not. Let me look on the outside. Oh yeah, they did. See, they came right here. And then since there were 6 of them, and then I just chopped the stem off, which I guess, no, I don't think I'd want the stem. So I just chopped the stem off, and then I just glued them to fill this space. And then, oh, there's another item I have to show you. Okay, don't even tell me it's not in my flippin' drawer. Are you kidding me? Oh, it's hiding. Okay, so I got these from AliExpress. These are the Jelly Roll White Fine. You get 3 pens, and you get the 05, the 08, and the 10. So I used them to do the dots here, and I used another to go around. Looks like I might have missed that one right there, but I went around the yellow in the picture right here. They had black going around it, but I used the white because there was so much black. Let me remove that off. But yeah, so now I'm gonna have to find the seller for these if you guys are interested. I don't think this was a bad, I don't remember the price, but I don't think it was a bad price because I don't like to pay, you know, too much money for stuff. So, but anyway, I think that's it. I don't think I'm going to add any more or do any more. I just love, and I loved the flower, you know, mixed with her hair. And then, you know, the dress. I mean, I could have probably, I think I tried to lift her head up some, but it was already kind of, you know, that art glitter glue ain't no joke. Like, you put it on there, you got a second to, like, you know, move it, lift it, whatever, and then it's, like, stuck. So that's the glue that I use, the art glitter glue. Oh, and in case you guys don't know, a lot of you guys are using the Bear Art, but I got mine from May Made It. That's where I buy mine from. And this one was one for, well, this bottle I think was designed for like the NICU or something. Yeah. And I See You Helping Hands. So that's why it has like baby prints on it. Baby prints. Oh, then I was going to say paw prints. Oh my gosh, baby feet. Because it was for a special charity when I got this size. But it wasn't a bad price. Now, Dummy Me has bought mine from eBay before, and that was a no-no. Because they're, you know, I love this. I mean, who the hell would have thought of that? You know what I'm saying? And then I try to make it like it was splashing on the rose. But I don't know. I'm just tickled that I did this. Especially this, because this actually took 2 times. You know, I did like a couple, and then, you know, cutting it out and trying to trace it. Oh my gosh, and then you had to paint it. Ugh, it was crazy. But I'm so thankful for that paper pad, because why do I keep saying paper pad? This thing. Because, you know, let me show you. Maybe you can see where is it at? Right here. Here's a ship that I didn't use. So I had to basically cut around the ship to get to the water. I wanted to try to put that too, but there's really no room. I mean, I could put it here, but that might look a little bananas. But I kind of like did the head the wrong way, because their stuff was going that way. But you know, it's cool because I had room to put the moon. But yeah, there's the ship with the flag, if you guys can see it. But I love this. I was so thankful for that. And this lighthouse, I was like, oh, and you know it's really cool? Let me see if you guys can see it. Or maybe it was only me. But when I had this laying like this, doesn't this look like an angel? See, this looks like the body. And then this white part looks like the head. And then on the sides it looks like the hair. And then these look like the wings. But then if you look at it this way, you just see a lighthouse. Oh, and then there's the bird. But I just thought that was so cool that if you turn it this way, lift it up this way, it just totally looked like an angel to me. I was like, holy cow. Okay, guys. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think. I take positive, negative, whatever you want to throw me. You know, criticism or whatever. Or, you know, whatever it is. Whatever the opposite of that is. I have a headache and I don't feel good, so work with me. Alrighty, guys, yeah, but that is cool as heck that this is like you know, looks like an angel. But, you know, I was saved by this book because I don't, you know, I can't just draw. I mean, it takes me, you know, a good bit to, you know, really depending on what it is, you know, what I'm gonna draw. But, you know, trying to draw a pier, like, I don't draw a pier and decks and, you know, you gotta have, I don't know, I was on a roll. I mean, I had it going across this way, and I had a heck of a time. You can kind of still see my lines where I had it, but thankful I saw this water, and then I saw this lighthouse, and I'm like, oh, and then I remembered my grandfather loving that one lighthouse, and I'm like, that sat in the water, and I'm like, oh, that's so going to represent that, and I was able to glue her on and get started. So, yep, luckily I had room for everything, but, yep, I think I have named everything, and I just used a black Sharpie for, over here, and then just a regular pen that I got from the Dollar Tree just to make the circles. And I told you guys about the paint. Oh, low battery already. Good Lord. Phone. Okay, so that is it, y'all. Any questions or comments or whatever, drop them down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Happy Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Yep. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.